Hello, 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 my people out there. My name is Mariana Ibrahim, and I have been working on the House of Metamorphosis now for quite a long time. I have been in the service industry for almost 40 years, and I have been serving people my entire life. I'm a third generation hairdresser, and back about 25 years ago, I became a therapist. I had a moment in my career as a hairdresser in a very successful salon in Melbourne where I had a client that actually had an emotional breakdown in my chair. At the time, not having the skills, the interpersonal skills and the communication skills that I needed to manage and handle that situation left me in a very precarious predicament. So I found myself unable to manage or to support this woman that was sitting in my chair. That moment in my life led me to realize that what I was doing with people was far more important than just doing their hair. And it was in that moment that I sold my business and I went on a 7-year adventure of discovering what it means to be really involved and dedicated and deeply associated with the human experience, because that's what showed up in my chair. So the House of Metamorphosis is all about us coming here together, all service industry people coming here together and learning about how we can actually make what we do count. And what I notice is that, especially with people like that are in hair and beauty, therapists are really working on the psychology of a person. So they really are making a difference. Yet the people that are working in service industry, touch industries at the moment, what I notice is that that's not what is occurring. That's not what's happening. What's happening is the external is being taken care of and the internal landscapes are not really taken care of at all. And what I'm noticing as we're moving into this new age of AI that's actually going to sweep through humanity and really start noticing the disassociation and the disconnection of human connection and human contact is going to find us in a very isolated state. And in that isolation, in that separation where our primal needs are not being met, we are going to notice that humans, people are going to be seeking human connection, service industries, touch industries more than ever before. And it is predicted by the 2035 that we are going to see a rise in labor hand skill industries more exponentially, more than we've ever seen in our entire lifetime. And this is going to be due to the fact that people are going to be seeking connection and to be touched, to be heard, to be listened to be seen, and beyond that frequency, that resonance that can only happen between two individuals in contact. So I'm coming here and broadcasting this channel to support from all the wisdom and the knowledge that I have gained, the life experiences that I've accrued over my 25 years of actually being in the human experience area of the service industry and incorporating this into my own business a few years ago when I was running hair therapy by M. And what I realized is the outcome in terms of why people came to me when I was running hair therapy by M was not about the hair. It was the outcome. It was the external reflective outcome, but it wasn't the purpose that drove them to come and see me or to reach out and make an appointment. What it was for them to actually be seen. And news spread very quickly when I was doing this work from this very deep inside out modality that I was able to really see them for who they really were and help them connect with their soul and their true authenticity. And it's not just about connection with people or others or another. It's more about, connecting with oneself, finding our own power, finding our own voice within ourselves, and allowing that to really start guiding us. So often what we're noticing is that, especially since, social media and the internet's taken off early 2000s, what we've noticed is there's been less and less, especially the new generation that's coming through now. They're so committed and so used to having an app or a social platform that dictates and tells them who they should be in this world and how they should perform in this world to meet the kind of people that they want to attract into the world, to attract the tribe. And this is all information that's been downloaded through social media platforms. It is not self-found. It's not self-founded from the internal soul self of knowing who it is that they are and how it is that they choose to move through their world. So in saying that and coming in, I'm also noticing there's two sides of this story where we've got this really beautiful, very, very developed world as well, with a new generation that's coming through at the moment that are very, very connected to themselves and very connected also to the intelligence of AI and how all of that world works as well, along with their authenticity and their social meeting in this world. There's an authenticity about them as well. So having these dual experiences going on in the human experience right now is quite profound and very, very, very bright and really quite alert in a way. Like there is this a distinct split between, being part of the world of AI and being part of the service industry and humanity. And that is where the split's going to go on. What's going to happen from my research and understanding what's happening this time that we're moving into is there's going to be a great divide of our humanity and the human race. And there's going to be a side that's actually going to really take up and take on AI and the world of technology. And there's going to be the humanitarians, the primal humanitarians that are earthbound and connected to each other, to their communities, to their tribe. And there's going to be these two dual experiences taking place. And I suppose if we're really feeling into what and who we are and where we're coming from in this time right now, we are going to start wondering, which tribe do I belong to? How do I want to live this next part of my life? How do I want to show up in the world? And which world do I want to be a part of? And these are very big questions to be asking yourself at this time. Who am I moving into this new world that's actually meeting us? And coming from the service perspective, as a long-term third-generation hairdresser as I am, and having served people for 4 decades, even more, probably served people as my parents were hairdressers when I was in the womb, potentially, and had that download, because that's how far it goes. I feel like what's happening at the moment is that we're in this incredible time of people in the service and the touch industries where we can really make what we do count. We can really make what we do count. And how we can do that is actually deepening our ability with communication skills, actually expanding our interpersonal capacity and understanding the human experience. And let's just stop there. There's a psychology behind serving people. And this is the journey that I went on for 7 years, is understanding the human experience and the psychology behind the human experience and how that really correlates with serving people. And it doesn't have to not mean anything. It doesn't have to be just this regurgitated process of creating hair, the same kind of hair or the same kind of conversations day in, day out, and it's in this robotic mode. There is this capacity for us to drop into who we are and understand by being present to who we are and bringing who we are to the table and having these experiences with our clients and helping them have their own personal experiences as well. So coming here today and having the courage to really step up and to step out into meeting this subject of, are we going to really step up and take what we do seriously? And this, of course, is not going to be for everybody that's in this industry, in the service industry. It's for those of you that really love what you do and want to deepen what it is that you do with others and allow yourself to make your sessions with your clients mean something more than the external reflection, but actually connecting what you're doing on the outside with your clients to their internal landscape. And this is where this all begins, right here. How do we connect the internal landscape with the external reality? And this is where the work is. This is the interpersonal, this is the human experience, this is understanding how to broaden your perspective, your psychological perspective, and your communication capacity, and really start meeting your clients' internal needs first and seeing their truth and authenticity first before reflecting your clients. Now, this specifically, what I'm talking about here, really relates to hairdressers specifically. Hairdressers are the only industry in the world that have transformation, people's transformation in their hands. That's what we do. We actually have a client that will sit in our chair and we listen to who they are, where they're going, how they live their life, and what and who they want to become. And the rest is left up to us through our lens and our creative mastery to transform these people that come to see us. But imagine this with me. Imagine if you had a client and you had the capacity of understanding the psychology of the human experience and understanding how to meet and deepen your communication with your clients and be able to really translate what their soul, who they really are, their spirit, their characteristics, who they really are in this world from a very deep internalized place, and then capture that as the master craftsman that you are, and capture that and translate that through their hair. Now, what we need to remember here is when we're transforming a client, we're really enabling them to reflect into their human connection with another person, their tribe, their community, their belonging, the essence of their belonging. And the hair and the way someone dresses really represents that, so much so, because it's what is the resonant element that people are attracted to. They see a person, they go, oh yeah, that person belongs to my tribe. I actually fit in with that person. I understand that. That's sort of like, I actually understand that reflection. It meets me. It's like it's a pheromone. Actually, what's really going on the chemistry element, the biology element of the connection between two people is the pheromone element, the resonance, the morphic field. And what happens is when two people come into connection, there's either a disturbance in the field where there's like not an agreement, not a resonance, not a harmony, is what you'll notice if there is not a congruency in a field when two people meet. And that usually is reflected in the first stance of, I really don't understand this person. I don't understand this look. I don't know who this person is. I don't really relate with this reflection, with this identity, with this personality, with this expression, this authentic expression. And then we'll find ourselves in this place of, probably retreating, pulling back, and just allowing this person's nature to start, showing up for us. And that is one possibility of showing up. And as hairdressers, you probably do that all the time, because clients will come to you that you're not really aware of. They've come to you with a look. They're coming to you because they want to change. And being able to step back and look at a person through an expanded lens and not projecting your lens onto them is where the mastery, the psychological mastery, actually belongs and begins. It's in that place. How do you remove your lens from an engagement as a professional? And we'll get into this, that topic in other videos that I am planning on bringing to you here once a week at the moment on this channel. So I hope that you stay tuned and subscribe to this channel and join it so that other people can actually really connect with the information that's going to be provided here. This is really important information. I have actually written a curriculum for the hairdressing industry called Evolve. It is a 12-month container where you will go through the entire knowledge base and experience of what it is to become a transformation professional. So this comes from really deep work of me doing this work for 25 years, and I've actually captured it and turned it into a curriculum. So there's going to be a lot of content, and on this channel there's also some podcasts that I've done with some people, and there's a lot of conversations about the Evolve curriculum and each module and what you move through and what the content really is about and how to really deepen your capacity with your clients. So if you're interested in this content, please like and subscribe here so that this content again can reach other people. So moving on into this topic about why it's important at this time in humanity that we're really starting to take the service industry seriously. And this is a choice. It's actually a split choice of, if you are already in the service industry and you're really considering making a difference and you want to make a difference, how are you going to make that difference? And where is that difference going to come from? Because changing people's hair is not enough. And I just want you to take a moment and take a look at all the different factors that you bring to your sessions. Now, they're going to be so much more than you just doing somebody's hair. It's going to be how you listen, how you reflect them, how you see them, and how you translate them is the most important. And that's the reason why your clients come to see you, is because you have the capacity to translate them better than anybody else does. You have the capacity, you see them, and they resonate with your lens. Your lenses meet, your morphic resonance meets. So it's so much more. There's so much more going on behind the scenes than you think is really happening as to why clients are attracted to you and why you attract certain clients into your field. So we'll get into that in other videos. But for today, I just wanted to touch base on, it's a really important time right now. And if you're one of those people that, again, wants to make a difference in the world through your service touch career that you are in, then it's really imperative that you take a look at your interpersonal capacity and your skill set so that you really can make a difference as we're transforming and transitioning through this terrain right now. So I will leave you with that for today. Welcome to the House of Metamorphosis. I look forward to sharing more content, more juicy content with you as this progresses. This is a new little experience for me. I've done lives on Instagram. Please go to house.of of metamorphosis on Instagram, and you can check out my content there as well. There's lots of live videos and short little snippets about other little bits and pieces that I have done in this world, wanting to bring awareness to what it is that we do here in the service industry, because from my experience, it is imperative what we're doing right now and the precipice that we're on right now. It's absolutely imperative that we embrace the deeper aspect of what it is that we do when we're connecting with people. So I'm wishing you a wonderful, wonderful week, and I so look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye.